February 19, 1945, 9:40 a.m. Iwo Jima, Japan. Black volcanic sand swallows boots with every step. Machine gun fire tears through the beach. Mortar shells explode without warning. Hundreds of U.S. Marines lie pinned against the shoreline, unable to move forward or retreat. Then one man stands up. He carries an unusual weapon, a homemade machine gun unlike anything issued by the Marine Corps. Across his shoulders hang grenades, demolition charges, and extra ammunition. He doesn't wait for orders. He runs straight into the storm. Bullets strike the sand around his feet. Explosions shake the ground. Yet he keeps moving, weaving from crater to crater until he disappears into the smoke surrounding the first bunker. Seconds later, a violent explosion rips through the hillside. One bunker falls silent. The machine gun fire suddenly stops. Marines who moments earlier are trapped behind a beach stare through the smoke, trying to understand what just happened. Then another bunker erupts in flames. And another. One by one, enemy strong points that have held back an entire assault begin disappearing. Within 4 hours, 7 Japanese bunkers vanish under a relentless series of attacks. No one can explain how a single Marine keeps breaking through defenses that entire units cannot overcome. Every charge should be his last. Every dash across open ground should end in death. Yet somehow he keeps coming back. How can a Marine once considered unfit for combat accomplish what entire companies cannot? What drives one man to run straight into almost certain death again and again? To understand that impossible morning, we have to go back. Years before the invasion of Iwo Jima, Tony Stein dreams of becoming a United States Marine. Like thousands of young Americans, he wants to serve his country. But during his physical examination, doctors discover a problem. His eyesight falls below Marine Corps standards. He is rejected. For many people, that would be the end. For Tony Stein, it is only another obstacle. Instead of giving up, he joins the Navy and eventually transfers into Marine Corps Reserve as wartime standards change. Even before seeing combat, he earns a reputation unlike anyone else in his unit. Stein is not only a fighter, he is a mechanic, working with aircraft components. He creates an extraordinary weapon by combining parts from a Browning aircraft machine gun into a lighter automatic rifle. Marines nickname it the Stinger. It fires faster than the standard Browning automatic rifle and delivers devastating firepower. Officers are skeptical. Stein simply smiles. He intends to carry it into battle. That battle arrives on February 19, 1945. Iwo Jima is one of the most heavily fortified islands in the Pacific. Japanese General Tadamaki Kurobayashi abandons suicidal beach defenses and instead builds hundreds of hidden bunkers connected by tunnels. Every hill becomes a fortress. As Marines land, they discover the horrifying truth. The enemy allows thousands of troops to crowd the beaches before opening fire. The result is chaos. Tony Stein refuses to stay pinned down, using shell craters for cover. He races alone toward enemy positions while firing the Stinger from the hip. Reaching the first bunker, he throws demolition charges inside before diving away. The explosion silences it instantly. Without waiting, he attacks another, then another. Again and again, he moves faster than the defenders expect. His actions inspire nearby Marines to continue advancing. But destroying bunkers is only part of what makes Stein extraordinary. His ammunition quickly runs low. Instead of staying behind cover, he repeatedly runs back across open ground to the beach, collecting ammunition and supplies for wounded Marines. Each trip exposes him to relentless sniper and machine gun fire. Most men make that journey once. Stein does it again and again and again. Eyewitnesses later estimate he makes as many as 16 separate trips through enemy fire, carrying ammunition forward and wounded Marines back toward safety. By the end of the first day, exhausted Marines speak of one figure constantly moving through smoke and explosions, appearing wherever the fighting is fiercest. The impossible assault begins turning into a breakthrough, and much of it starts with one Marine who refuses to stop moving. The Battle of Iwo Jima continues for weeks after Tony Stein's incredible first day ashore. The fighting remains brutal, with every ridge, cave, and bunker fiercely defended. Yet Stein continues leading from the front, refusing to ask his fellow Marines to go anywhere he will not go himself. Only days later, while leading another attack against entrenched Japanese positions, Tony Stein is struck by enemy fire and killed in action. He is just 24 years old. A Marine whose courage seems unstoppable is gone in an instant. News of his death spreads quickly through his unit. The Marines who fought beside him remember not only his fearless attacks, but also the countless times he risked his own life to save theirs. His absence is felt across the battlefield. For his extraordinary courage on February 19, 1945, Tony Stein is posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. His citation recognizes not only the 7 enemy bunkers he destroys, but also his repeated rescue missions under constant enemy fire, acts that saved countless fellow Marines. His homemade Stinger becomes one of the most famous weapons carried by an American soldier during World War II. More than a machine gun, it becomes a symbol of ingenuity, determination, and fearless leadership in the face of impossible odds. Yet perhaps the greatest irony is this. The man once rejected because he was considered physically unfit becomes one of the Marine Corps' greatest heroes. The obstacle that nearly ends his dream ultimately makes his achievement even more remarkable. History often celebrates perfect soldiers. Tony Stein reminds us that greatness rarely begins with perfection. Sometimes it begins with someone who refuses to accept the word no, no matter how impossible the challenge appears. On a black volcanic island in the Pacific, surrounded by fire and impossible odds, one determined Marine proves that courage is not measured by what others think you can do. It is measured by what you choose to do when everyone else believes it cannot be done.